also the turnovers for Kalinitis at the point, who was doing a really great job scoring. Unusually for him, really was being very aggressive. However, they just had no balance. They had no real impact from the free spot with Maciulis. And so I think it's their perimeter game again that will be under pressure today, that they've really got to come out with an answer, because that will mean that Coach Adamitis will be able to get Valanciunas the ball. Because after the first quarter yesterday, he was a no factor.
He wasn't. Stepping up in his sort of absence was Kuzminskis, who had 18 to save the day and keep the game close, but his foul trouble kept him out of the game late and couldn't pull through.
And as the NBA player, he's one of those guys that's got to step up. I think he's the big thing. He's a big deal for me tonight, because he will find space, because they're going to double down and really clog the middle with Valanciunas. So Kuzminski's got to step up and actually make a better percentage of shots.
As we see the Israelis being introduced to the hometown crowd here today, we said right off the top, nerves got the best of them in game one. Throw that out the window. They need to get a victory to get on the right foot in today's game.
Well, even for their experienced players like Eliyahu and Halper and those guys, they look like they'd never seen a court before at times. Those rabbit in headlights type scenarios. They need to start well. I think they need to start well defensively. This game can't get out of hand early, and then they'll be fine, because this crowd will then carry them and start believing as well.
It's a battle of the Green Machine versus the home team. We will break now for the national anthems.
עכשיו קהל נכבד, העיתון הלאומי של ישראל, התקווה.
You can hear it, you can feel it right through your screens, wherever you are and however you're doing so. It's EuroBasket 2017, Tel Aviv Arena. The Green Machine, Lithuania, taking on the host team, Israel. 3 of match day 2. There are the officials for today's game between these two nations, and they'll have a tough task because Lithuania likes to play physical.
Well, they'll have a tough task, but that's why they're here. And it's good to see referees from different parts of the FIBA family coming to different championships. You have the Argentinian official here. I think that's a great development. That's the same thing happens with all. It's just tremendous that these referees get the opportunity. But getting into this roster, the Lithuanian roster, it shouts out to you that can the backcourt be effective? Can the backcourt? And I think they will be tonight. I think they've got the advantage in so many different areas of the floor that you'll see Mantas Kalnitis. He will be a real handful because he'll have size advantage at the guard spot. None of these guys are huge scorers. They restore Monte Yunus to the starting lineup. They go as big as they can. You would hope they would pound it inside, and that'll free up the opportunity. The trouble is, which of those 3 guys from the perimeter is going to make a good percentage? Because Israel will be happy defending 30% from the 3-point line. It's this lineup that's going to be quick. It's got to switch. It's got to make the Lithuanian team put the ball on the floor. If they let them stand there and pass Monte Yunus, or Valanciunas is going to get over with Eliyahu is crucial.
Well, they've got smaller hats Israel to start today.
Yeah, he's so crucial because he can score over bigger guys. That's what he does week in, week out. He just was not at the game yesterday. Caspi, yeah, great. He's going to do his stuff, but even he became too emotional yesterday. For Israel's sake, because they put on a great tournament so far, and for the crowd, this game, Israel's got to perform. And I think they've got to make it a disruptive as a game and challenge the guards to put the ball on the floor. Coach Adomaitis, if you ever wonder what pressure is like, ask him what it's like to coach the Lithuanian national team. Because there are fans from Lithuania here and they all think they know what he's doing or not doing well. So he's...
I don't think they think they know. I think
they know. Yeah.
On the other side of things, Coach on the side has the pressure of being the host nation here, trying to get things done for his squad. What adjustments does he make? He had the rest day yesterday. He knew this was going to happen. He knew it was going to be Lithuania. How do you game plan against that?
He said he put a lot down to the nerves, to how slightly they played as we look at Amali Caspi and Mingaris Kuzminskas. Kuzminskas started yesterday because Monte Yunus wasn't here until right last minute. And how good is it that they have an NBA guy coming off their bench? Caspi, expectations coming off an injury-plagued season is high here for him. And he played great in the first quarter, and I think that he just couldn't carry the rest of the team. But like going back to coach, he believes his team is better than it was yesterday. He believes they're going to play better. He knows he has to take care of business around the glass. I'm not sure he's going to have to trust his guys. And I know he definitely does. He thinks that preparation is the team, not the day 1 team.
Here we go, game 3, match day 2. Lithuania and Israel underway. EuroBasket 2017.
Hey, this crowd is doing everything it can right from the get-go.
They will be involved all game long. Monte Yunus. First shot no good, and the crowd erupts at a miss. Mikel. Eliyahu. Back to Mikel. Howell. Facing up on Valanciunas. Kicks it back out. Eliyahu with the push shot, no good. And the Lithuanian contingent erupts at the miss.
The only way Howell's going to get a chance to score in the broken play, he's got to go at him quickly. If he lets him set, he'll be no offensive presence.
Monte Yunus tried to find Valanciunas. Good hands there by Israel. Mikel ahead of everybody. That's goaltending for the first 2 of the game.
Well, that's a great example of how they've got to play. They were quick in defensively and turned it into points quickly. That's a great series for Israel. The fact they scored twice is going to really help the way they feel confidence-wise.
Dawson a little too aggressive on the show there. Doesn't agree with the foul call, but he'll have 1 foul in his back pocket here early on.
He's a little harshly treated on that one, I think, but the fact he was going after it, that's how they've got to be.
Moniunas inside. It's a good sign for Lithuania. Moniunas showed up late, was obviously in Houston. Houston going through the hurricane situation there, so he couldn't get out of town in time to be with the team at the start of this tournament. The Lithuanian team as well had troubles getting here as a unit. Maybe that affected their Game 1 performance.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Moniunas can't catch that one out of bounds.
Every single possession, Moniunas has been a focus. It's almost like they're going to key on Valanciunas. Let's go to Moniunas and see if we can get points that way. Interesting decision.
Caspi, his first touch. Mikel comes off the curl aggressively, floater, and it's good.
That's another great sign for him, because yesterday he was very, very timid in the first part of the game. Nice little floater.
Showed the ability to challenge the bigs there. Valanciunas on Howell, bumping and grinding. Left is short. Howell pulls it down, and he'll look to rip and run. Eliyahu, Caspi finds Eliyahu. Good pass inside. Howell. Ball movement, perfection right there for Israel.
Great movement away from the basketball, excellent. Well, if that doesn't get him settled and confident, I don't know what will. 6-2 start, great way of playing the game so far for Israel.
Well, they had trouble scoring in the second half. In Game 1, you see the effort there being appreciated by Dawson. Right now, they're feeding off of this crowd.
Well, we get a replay of the two. But the rotations here and quickness that they're showing defensively is the thing that's going to worry Lithuania. Valanciunas just has to hold space. He doesn't need to cut. He's got to hold his space.
Moniunas able to flip it home. That's 4 for Moniunas. 6-4, 7-minute mark here in the first quarter. Both these two teams coming off a loss, trying to get in the win column to keep pace with Germany and Italy, who are 2-0 in Group B. Kelnidis leads the way for Lithuania. Moniunas calling for it and hands it right back to Kelnidis. Spacing an issue, so Kelnidis pulls it back out. 10 on the shot clock, he'll go to work. Kelnidis inside. Valanciunas has to put it up. He gets fouled by Howell. And he'll go to the line for 2.
Much better move, isn't it, from Valanciunas. Be big, be solid, make a move, and if they're going to try and stop you then, they're going to foul you. He maybe got away with a little travel on the first step, but...
He's improved at the foul line, has Jonas Valanciunas. As I say that, he misses the first. But he's also used to taking foul shots under high-pressure situations in buildings that are jam-packed. Yeah. This building is absolutely booming right now. He silences them momentarily with a free throw. It's 6-5. Caspi hasn't touched it much here in the opening. He had 18, and most of it came in the first quarter. Eliyahu, the awkward flip shot that we talked about in the first game, shows up again. It works for him.
He's manufactured that shot because he's been faced with this issue since he was a kid. You know, how do you get it away against the big guy on the inside?
Valanciunas may have gotten away with steps there.
Again.
Punches it home anyway. 3 points quickly there for Jonas. Dawson uses the Howell screen. Euro step blocked by Valanciunas, and he saves it. Good defense there by the big man. Kelnidis. Valanciunas is starting to feel it. Kelnidis on the roll. Valanciunas got a fingertip to it, grabs the offensive board. Last touch, they say, by Lithuania.
Yeah, I guess if he's just with a deflection. Valanciunas is so active. And at the moment, apart from the Kelnidis like attempt layup, him and Valanciunas have had every single touch, every single attempt.
Well, we know the recipe for success for Lithuania. That's pounded inside. They went to that against Georgia. They might have a little bit more success against a smaller team here from Israel. Eliyahu again. This time doing the damage on Kuzmiskis, who just checked into the game for the first time.
I mean, last night she even airballed one of those last night. It's a different guy, and he's one of the momentum makers on this team.
Valanciunas with a tough catch underneath. He got fouled by Eliyahu. That's his first. Granidis will check into the game for the first time. Mashulis to Kelnidis. Kelnidis. Skip pass, Granidis just stepped into the game, misses the three. Valanciunas offensive board, put back good.
They have to fight for position. They can't try and rebound. Someone's got to give their body up to box him out. Someone else will have to rebound it. If they get into a jumping competition, he's just too active.
Howell. He's going to have to hit that to keep Valanciunas honest.
Yep, absolutely right. And he's got a game from, that 12, 14 feet. He has a game from there. He doesn't get all his 12 points a game in the Israeli league from underneath the hoop.
Granidis for Valanciunas. 6 on the clock. They double him, stripped away, and then Valanciunas is fouled, they say. Israel was already on the break, a late call, and will come all the way back to this side of the floor, much to the chagrin of the Israeli crowd.
I think the call was right on Howell, because I think he came across.
He did come over the top.
Yeah.
That's 2 quick fouls for Howell, who will sit.
I mean, Zalmunson didn't play at all last game 1. Gets in the game early. That could be good. Caspi is saying that the ball's on the ring. I think he hit it onto the ring. I think the call's correct.
Yeah, count the basket. We'll get the replay here. You're absolutely right. Touch window first, and then he tried to knock it off. Good catch there by the referees. Zalmunson sets the screen. Mikkel went to the fake pass, and then he got tripped in the lane. He'll go to the line, potentially for 2 free throws. I'm going to say he was in the act. No, check that. They will give him a side out.
Oh, that would have been an interesting shot.
Valanciunas sits with his first personal foul.
And Gudaitis again. Both coaches going much deeper already into rotations. This is like a two games in 2 days scenario, so they've got to try and at least manage minutes.
Mikkel crossing over, gets his man in the air. Zalmunson in and out.
See, Mikkel will break the defense down, but then he's going to have someone like Zalmunson who's got to make that mid-range shot. They're not going to get anything else.
Well, Kuzmiskis was hot from 3, gives it up there, now goes to work on the post on Dawson. Nice move. Kuzmiskis showing his size advantage on Dawson.
That's a great decision by Kuzmiskis. Again, got set, nice drop step. You wonder where the defensive help was.
Caspi for 3. Last touch by Lithuania will stay on this side. Fresh 14 for Israel. Both coaches so intense on the sideline. No coach wants to go down 0-2. This is an important game for both of these teams. Indeed for 3, it's Mikkel.
Tell you what this says already, though. says a lot about the Italian perimeter defense, because Mikel didn't even get a look. And Kalnitis has got to play a lot harder than that to take away that step back.
Kuzminskas for three, no good. Rebound, Lithuania. Kalnitis wants to run a set. And they are trying to look for Kuzminskas, who has a mismatch. Kalnitis pulls up, way off. Lucky to find a basket there on Lithuania.
That's a bonus, isn't it? Getting that off the backboard.
Ilyahu! And the foul! Well, they went into the home run trot, did Lithuania, and they got beat down the floor off of a made basket. Basketball no-no right there.
Absolutely, and it's Ilyahu's been the story for Israel. You know, he's been the points contributor. He's almost given them a little bit of confidence just around him, because he's given them some consistency. And they still have the three-point lead. And it doesn't feel like they have a three-point lead, because Lithuania are pounding it away on the inside, but their perimeter just does not function.
Schulis in the paint. His shot no good. Caspi rips it down. Ilyahu sees an opening. Now finds Munson. Everybody in the building wanted him to shoot. He decided to kick it to Mikel, who's been pretty hot. Is that the good decision? Stolen away. Lithuania 3-on-1. Kuzminskas slaps it home.
Well, if Zalmanson's not going to take that shot, it's like playing 4-on-5 against the biggest team here, against the most athletic team in many ways. He's got to shoot that ball. It's not like it was early in the offense.
Caspi for three. Indeed! Omri Caspi from downtown. His first three of the game. Renitis doing a good job of drawing the foul on Munson there. Penalty situation now for Israel, and Renitis will go to the line for two throws as we see the Caspi three. Knocks down the first. Played at Radas this year, 49 games, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 1.5 blocks. Not bad for a 24-year-old center.
Well, in that team, it's always them and Zalgiris, the big rivalry, and you know, they play second-level European Cup competition, and it's tough. If he's getting those numbers, he's actually doing a job.
Mikel got his man in the air, decided to stay on the ground. Munson! Well, you ask for him to shoot it, he does, and delivers.
You know, unless you take that, you're just gonna get respected, are you? You've got to make them play you honestly. That's just poor. There's a difference between gapping and just standing there. They just stood and looked at him. He's got to shoot that.
Mashulis in the paint on Caspi. Mashulis working inside. Kissed it off the glass. Offensive foul they call on Renitis. They'll go the other way. Zalmunson trying to get the fans a little bit more involved as they stand and cheer here. Israel up 23-19. They could close the quarter out with the final shot. 16.9 seconds on the clock. Both coaches trying to get some subs in. See if they can maybe get a three situation here. Panini, who had a good first half to last game, but like everybody else, went ice cold in the second half. Caspi won't even wait. He attacks the basket and gets fouled.
They had the foul to give, didn't they? They were always going to foul if they got into that situation. The unfortunate thing, if they'd have played better defense, they wouldn't be giving the Lithuanians, wouldn't be giving Israel 14 seconds to get a shot. This Israeli crowd are loving this. 23 points in a quarter, they're right in it, leading by 4.
Well, considering they only scored 16 in total in the second half of the last game, they should be happy with the effort to start this one. Eliyahu especially has been terrific. Trying to close the quarter out with a bucket, he missed. Mashulis will count if it goes to hit the backboard. And we'll go to the first quarter break and take a breather. It's 23-19, Israel in front. EuroBasket 2017 off and running. The way to keep up to date with all of EuroBasket 2017 is to download the app, carry it with you on the go, make the tournament yours. EuroBasket 2017 official app available in iOS and the Android App Store as we take a look at some of the highlights here from the first quarter. And Israel coming out a lot more aggressive than they did in game 1.
Well, it's interesting. And so we talked about how you're going to try and rotate this game. Israel haven't lost the first game. They're going to have to try and stay with this game. And so your three big guns, if you want, Mikhail, Eliyahu, and Caspi, go the whole quarter. And they're ball delivered. And they're going to have to rotate around them. I can't believe that they'll have more than one of them out at a time because they're just not deep enough in scoring potential. Every team watching this Lithuanian team at the moment is going to say, hey, until their perimeter starts to play, we don't need to guard them. You know, we got to just try and take care of what they might do going to the inside, because perimeter threat appears to be the issue this Lithuanian team is trying to tackle as they get into this tournament.
It is a 4-point game as we head into the second quarter. Both teams, as we said off the top, coming into this game off of a loss. Lithuania losing to Georgia in a 2-point game, which was such an emotional loss for them. That game had a high intensity, high compete level throughout. And then Israel losing their opening game to Italy. They just couldn't find a basket later on in the game to keep in it. They've finally taken the lid off of the basket here to get some points. And they lead right now by 4. That's not the way to start the second quarter, though. And
it's unfortunate because the back door was there, but I just don't think Zalmanson is not in the rotation very much. They just didn't read each other well enough. And he threw it, and it's not the right way to start.
Navas inside, no good. Valanciunas pulls down the offensive board, and he'll reset. They want to post him up on Zalmanson. Kuzminskis now attacks that side. You'll wait for Valanciunas to clear out and go again. Kuzminskis, he's been aggressive to start the game.
I think he got away with one because Zalmanson stopped him and he sort of skipped a little bit on the pull-up.
Lithuanian will take it. Zalmanson fumbles. Here comes Lithuania the other way. Kevicius in the game for the first time here. Number 7 in green. Valanciunas, good seal. Offensive foul. He got away with the hook early on. This time he was caught in the action.
Whistle was quick as well. The referee had no doubt about this.
Yep.
Wow, that's a tough call. Jeez.
The one he got away with was a lot more vicious than that one.
The hand was right inside. He led with it. You're entitled to lead with your arm. You can't get your hand involved. That's a tough call.
And that's a second.
Oh, you know, it's so much easier with a slow-mo and the different angles, but wow.
How does that affect this game? He's already 2 fouls in, and we'll have to sit and watch for the remainder of probably the first half. Mikel. Zalmanson, nice feed. Caspi couldn't handle it. Still was able to find it, dribbling it, and now loses it for good as Kuzminskas comes away with it. Kevicius. Kuzminskas down low on Mikel. The double comes. One more pass. Ilnovas tried to feed it inside to Gerdaitis, and they say he touched it last.
And you can see the uncertainty on the perimeter. It's unusual for a Lithuanian team to pass it up as often as they have. And there's no one moving. There's no one actually moving to catch and shoot. They're moving to receive, and then they're going to make a decision. No rhythm to them offensively on the perimeter game.
Zalmanson. They're looking for Mikel on the curl. It's being guarded well by Yuskevicius. Mikel. Zalmanson, 2 to shoot. He won't get it off. Shot clock violation, everyone will stop. And there'll be Lithuanian basketball on that side of the floor. Well, this is the issue that Israel had in game 1. They showed signs that they could score at will at times, and then they go into these droughts where they just can't seem to find a basket or even a shot.
And when they were very good in that first quarter, 3, 4, 5, 6 passes, that time it was dribble, too much dribble. And they're not breaking the Lithuanian team down.
Gerdaitis right to the 10, pounds it home. He has 6 off the bench for Lithuania. And then comes away with the block. Great block by Gerdaitis. Lithuania looking to run. Yuskevicius for 2. Indeed. Timeout Israel. The green machine starting to cook here in the second quarter. 25-23, Lithuania in front. 7:16 to go here in the second.
Well, it's a religion in Lithuania. These fans are trying to match the noise of the home crowd, and they're trying to help their team get back in, and they now lead by 2. All off their defensive effort, all off of attacking it. And the last play, the first time someone on the perimeter has caught it in rhythm and shot the ball, albeit in transition. If they can feed off their defense, they're going to be a tough ask.
There's the move by Kuzminskas on Dawson. He was able to find the range in game 1. But I'm sure the Lithuanian squad would like to see a little bit more of easy baskets inside for him, and then maybe get back to the outside work. But he's been attacking and been aggressive to start the game. Caspi's been quiet, the 1 3-pointer.
And in some ways, Israel are going to be happy that Caspi's been quiet. You know, they're in the game and he hasn't had to try and carry the team. Eliyahu's been there like offensive spark, and Mikel looks more positive than he did last night. So it's, but the trouble with a short rotation with the 3 main guys is that Caspi can't. He's had that break. He had the timeout break. You know, you've got it. I don't think you can take too many liberties with this lineup. You've got to keep those guys in the game.
Blaza checks in for the first time. He's on the ball right now. Eliyahu, he's had some success against Kuzminskas. Let's see if he goes back to it. 4 to shoot. Eliyahu, that quick push shot doesn't fall this time. Gives it inside to Howell. Howell flips it up. No good. Kuzminskas vacuums it in. Well, Lithuania's D now tightening up. Kuzminskas feeding inside, Leonavas, and the foul.
Well, everything about this Lithuanian game plan was right from the first tip. Get things inside, cut inside. What I can't understand is that Israel had bodies in there earlier in the game. And they literally were trying to make it very difficult on the inside. The middle's now open. All of a sudden, the middle is open. At this level, you can't have great moments, bad moments. You can have great moments and just good moments. And so far, everything down the guard out defense, screens away from the ball, they've got a switch on them. They have to own the middle. If they don't own the middle, this game is going one way. As you call them, the green machine is just going to roll you over down the middle. And they're doing it without the big names at the moment.
Well, so far, they have been getting contributions from everybody on the team. Caspi, in tough, gets fouled, he'll go to the line. That was one of those plays where he said, I need to get it going. We've been on 23 for a while now. It's my time. Here's a replay of Caspi sticking his nose in the dirty areas, trying to get a bucket. He'll shoot 2 free throws. He struggled from the line here. Normally a good free throw shooter, but he goes 0 for 2 in his first 2 attempts this evening.
It's almost like he's trying to overshoot the thing. Just let it go. Don't try. He puts it very high. Doesn't look very natural in the flow.
Novice bumping on Blazer. Novice, nice.
Now, we said in game 1, Novice has had a lot of success when he was on age group teams with Valanciunas. He's no stranger to big games and being under pressure and stepping in. And Zalgiris, he gets a lot of minutes, averages 9 points a game pretty much. So why might not be one of those like major names for Lithuanian basketball? He's had a lot of success.
Here's Howell, watched by Maniutis. Maniutis a little tentative guarding Howell out the perimeter. Howell with the spin move. That was pretty.
Again, catch and go. Be quick. Don't let him set defensively. Give it to him on the move, which they did very well then.
Kevicius. Maniutis sets the screen and rejects. Tries to re-screen. Here he is on the roll. Gets tripped. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. Last replay of the Howell spin, leaving Maniutis in the dust. And as you said, when he's decisive, it's dangerous for the big to keep up with him.
Yeah, he moved and Montiunas had to cut him off so he could come back the other way. If he'd have caught and tried to post, Montiunas then controls him, uses his body against him, makes it a tough move for Howell.
First free throw, no good for Maniutis. Headed to the Shandong Golden Stars this season. Missed them both. Kuzminski's trying to tap it, keep it alive. It'll stay on this end of the floor in Lithuanian basketball.
That tells you a lot about the aspiration of that Chinese league, doesn't it? Taking a guy like Montiunas,
who has NBA experience.
Yeah, probably playing him in a fair, he's still in the prime of his career. Obviously paying him a decent amount of money to go. It's not like he's at the end of his career trying to play it out.
Here he is with the layup. And a good feed by Kevicius. Danger time here for Israel as we head to half.
Oh, Hayon's got to really bring that experience he's had after years of playing with the national team and in the EuroLeague. And he's just got to step up, keep the scoreboard ticking over when left open.
Howell attacks Maniutis right in the chest and gets one to go.
They've just got to get a little bit of control back at this end of the floor, Israel. At the beginning of the game, they forced Lithuania to slow up a little bit and force them to run half court. At the moment the game has a flow that seems to be suiting Lithuania as they've built this 5-point lead. make Lithuania play in the half court, try and get them to be restricted to playing on the perimeter, and bang around on the inside for all you're worth, and then see if they can, ask them to make shots. Got to ask them to make perimeter shots.
Dawson checks back in for Alperin. Jaskevicius for three, no good. Caspi runs on to the rebound. Howell has had success at Montiunas' chest so far, and he'll go to the line for two. He's been aggressive the last 3 trips down the floor and been rewarded each and every single time.
Yeah, it's so impressive that he's not trying. He's almost having to go away from what he'd normally expect him to do, because in the Israeli league, you'd be able to post up and play strong and get to the ring. Now he's got to play on the move. He's got the athleticism to do it, and he's doing it very decisively. And he's the guy at the moment ticking it over for Israel, keeping him in, which is again a good sign because someone else is contributing.
And it's also allowed Caspi to kind of pick his spots. He's been quiet so far. Only the 1 3-pointer, and it went to the line, missed both free throws at his only 2 opportunities on the free throw line. And they're only down 3. Kuzminskis watched by Caspi. Vilnovis in the lane, left it short. A foul underneath is called on Kuzminskis.
Yeah, Caspi put his body there and boxed out. Kuzminskis, again, if we get the replay, we'll probably see it's just a hand and a push. And there you go, just pushes him under. Caspi makes sure he goes a long way with a touch.
No attempt at boxing out at all that time.
And still with 4 minutes to go, Lithuania in the penalty. Israel will really benefit from ticking things over from the 3-throw line.
Machulis into the game for Kuzminskis. You see him there hitting the bench. And Caspi will shoot 2 free throws.
It's always a risk with a Lithuanian team to say this, but without Kuzminskis in the game, there are good shooters, but there's no great shooter. There's no one that you think, hey, if they run stuff, there's no Bellinelli, there's no one like Philo, there's no one that just wants to shoot the ball. They'll shoot it, but there's no pure shooter there. Because Machulis is not a pure perimeter shooter.
Boy, Caspi struggles from the line. He's now 0 for 4 in this game. And a chance to get the lead back down to 1. It stays at 3. Kelnidis, who had an extended rest on the bench. The floater by Vilnovis, and he knocks it home. Just doing enough to score and keep it going here for Lithuania.
Caspi's not going for a great period at the moment, because that was one of those steals where you got no chance. And he just gives up the open look by just trying to go for the steal.
He's calling for it. He wants to be aggressive. Offensive foul. Or maybe too aggressive on that drive. Good job by Montiunas moving his feet.
And for an experienced player like Caspi, it's almost like, you missed a couple of free throws. Hey, it happens. But since the missed free throws, poor defense, offensive charge, he can't be affected in that way. This team looks to him to be one of the solid performers.
Kelnidis. Machulis on the drive. Here's Caspi trying to get it going. Ohayon, he's been quiet so far. His first shot of the evening, no good. Kelnidis runs on to the rebound. Vilnovis ahead of everybody, able to keep it in bounds. He has Granaitis on this side of the floor. Machulis down low on Ohayon. The double comes. Granaitis for 3. Machulis pulls it down. Left it short. Caspi has it. Here's Ohayon. Howell beat everyone down the floor and then hit the bottom of the rim on the layup attempt. A little too anxious there.
It's easy opportunities that are just missed free throws, missed layups. They're still only 7 down. They shouldn't be.
Kelnidis. And another basket and another timeout for Israel. 38-29, 2:06 to go here before half. You're watching EuroBasket 2017.
Oh, Hayon's just coming back. He's going to come back into the game. And it's the dilemma is obviously there to see. It's like, how long can you leave guys out? Since they've gone without three of them at all the guys at the same time, Lithuania have just taken over. There's not enough coming off that bench to contain this Lithuanian team, because they are like a green machine. They just keep coming. Valanciunas sits down, Moniunas sits down, other guys are coming in. You get someone like Obas coming into the game. He just explodes for 8 points.
There he is on the replay.
Sorry, 7 points, not 8 points. He explodes for 7 points in his 8 minutes, and it's like, well, hey, who do you guard? And it's just that sort of impact that Israel, once they get out of control in terms of tempo, haven't got the bodies. And you almost then say, well, you know, maybe those 4 guys got to play as near as down for as long as they possibly can and worry about tomorrow. Because I've been lost on the opening night. You're in a bit of a hole. You go 0-2, you're in a big hole. Because you are going to be faced with that same size dilemma in every one of your remaining games.
You are indeed. And Germany and Italy has shown that they're in good form to start the tournament so far at 2-0, sitting at the top of the group. They look as though they can get better as well in their 2 victories that we've seen them in. Howell pulls up, knocks it down. They needed it. If he can hit that shot, that will be big going forward.
Yeah. Well, he goes to 12 points. He leads all scorers in the game, and he's made like 3 big-time jump shots, which is, you know, with the way they've guarded him, he could do it all game.
Dawson, here's Howell looking for 14. He has 14. And just like that, timeout Lithuania. The crowd now on its feet. 38-33 the score. Israel trying to climb back in it.
And again, after that Israeli timeout, better defensive effort because they got hands in passing lanes, down the floor quickly. But Howell's taking a mid-range jump shot because he's open. If they're going to offer you that, you know, you're a pro. That's a 10-footer. You're going to make a big percentage.
It's been a game of runs so far as we take a look at Howell, who leads all scorers with 14. A lot of it has been from outside the paint. That jump shot right there is going to be key to drawing Moniunas out, because he doesn't want to play out there. Not many bigs do.
No, if you were going to say to me before the game that, oh, you know, these are the guys, and who's going to be the guy that's going to struggle, Caspi wouldn't have been the top of my list, but he's the guy that, you know, it's really, if anything, struggling. 17 minutes, he only has the 3 points, he's 0 from 4 from the line. He's got to get just focus in the locker room at half time, and he'll be fine.
To tell you how hard he's been struggling, he's on the bench as we speak to close the half. Schulis, 5 to shoot. In the lane, he's floating it up there. Howell pulls it down, rips it, runs. Ilyahu, Dawson. Here we go. And another timeout for Lithuania. The crowd buzzing in Tel Aviv. The city that never sleeps is wide awake at EuroBasket 2017.
Same thing again. It's attack Maciulis, put it on the floor. He takes a tough runner early in the shot clock. That's not Lithuanian basketball. Why? They were pounding and pounding and pounding on the inside, getting a lot of success. Israel make a slight adjustment. That option's not available, perhaps. And then since then, like they did in the first quarter, Israel built some momentum. It's an interesting scenario. They're not going to put Valanciunas back in with the 2 fouls. They were better with the youngest set of guys, Lithuania, who were just playing much freer, much quicker, spread it. And that was a much better look. Now they've gone back to their established guys, and it's a bit half-court. Israel have got a little bit of control of them defensively. Apart from Maciulis, that is not a big-time scorer in pro basketball. He's at the the back of his career. He's had a great career. He's a phenomenal player. But at the moment, he's not a guy that you're going to go to get your points.
He's the oldest player on the team at 32 years of age. Can he show his veteran savvy here to try and lead his team back in to the control of this game? Bodies all over the floor. Yehan picks it up. Caspi, they stand here in Tel Aviv. Caspi will go to the line for two.
I tell you, that's a great move by coach, though. With the positive momentum, the real two quick timeouts for Lithuania. Get Caspi back in, let him run, see if you can buy some positivity from him. He gets it, he takes it, and now he makes his free throw. And he's got Caspi back and running. It's a bonus right now.
And you hear the crowd erupt after the make. They knew he was struggling a bit too. Makes them both. 1-point game. We always talk about how important it is to close out quarters strong. Right now, Israel on an 8-0 run. And this building is alive. Kalnitis inside the Maniunas. Last touch by Israel. 11 on the shot clock, 24 on the game clock.
And it almost doesn't matter because the crowd saw a deflection. There, yeah, Lithuania got the ball, but we're after it. This whole gym is just a cauldron of noise, and it's all about Israel playing defense and breaking it up. Good move, though, to get Kuzminskas back in for Lithuania. He'll be stable right now.
Maniunas with 10 on the clock. Kalnitis checks the time. Uses the Maniunas screen, looking to break down Ilyahu. Floats it up, no good. Last shot opportunity here for Israel. And despite their struggles, they can go into the half with the lead. Oheon. The crowd stands here at Tel Aviv Arena. Panini for three. 38-37. Lithuania hanging on to a 1-point lead as we head to the halftime break. EuroBasket 2017 Group B action right here.
Wow, look at these statistics. Percentages-wise, it's fine, but look at that 0 for 6 for Lithuania. For Israel, they're fine. Okay, Caspi's missed fours, the free throws. 0 for 6 from the three-point line. The problem's there for Lithuania. You've got to find more consistency from the perimeter because it doesn't matter if you've got Maniunas, doesn't matter if you've got Valanciunas. Teams will pack it in and make you make plays off the dribble. And and Israel lost their way a little bit. They're going to be in that locker room saying, look, I told you we belonged here. I told you we were good. Coach is going to be in and Caspi at the end, the biggest plus for me for the whole thing. He struggled for 19 minutes.
Yeah.
And that last minute, he's right in it right now.
Well, that man right here who just scored, Howell, held them afloat. And then they finally got the rest of the offense going. Ilyahu started the game off real hot in the first quarter. Valanciunas, we haven't seen him because he's picked up 2 fouls. He'll obviously get back in the second half, and they need more of that.
Yeah, and the thing he gives them, if they're struggling to make shots, he gives them a better offensive rebounding option. And that in itself will make you feel more confident as a perimeter shooter. Because they haven't got anyone who can do that. Maniunas can rebound, but he can't then go back up in the same way. This guy, Howell, for me, man and a half, kept him going when everyone else was starting to struggle. Mid-range jump shots, rebounded really well. They're in a very good place, Israel, now, as are the thousands of fans.
Yeah, the crowd is buzzing here in Tel Aviv Arena. We'll leave you with the pictures. It is 38-37. Lithuania clinging to a 1-point lead. Second half coming up in just a moment. Right here, EuroBasket 2017. we are here in Tel Aviv at Tel Aviv Arena. It is Israel working their way back into the game. Only a 1-point game now after it looked as though it could have gotten out of hand for Lithuania. Lithuania leads 38-37 at the half. And Lithuania showed signs of dominance throughout that first half, and then the wave of emotion finally hit them, and Israel got back into the game.
Well, there was those moments of 3 timeouts in a very short period of time. Israel took one because the game was almost getting out of hand. They sat Caspi down, then they came off a couple of plays, and all of a sudden, you know, Lithuania take the timeout. Nothing changes after that. They take another timeout, and then Caspi comes back. A great move, I think, to put Caspi back in for that last minute. And all of a sudden, it stopped being this Lithuanian team that was dominant on the inside, and they were dominant in terms of making the entry to the post, to a team that wanted to do different things, and they're 0 from the 3-point line. And if you make them put it on the floor, they're not really creating a lot for themselves. So the recipe is there for Israel. They've only got maybe 6.5 players who can actually deliver that recipe. And that's, if they can get those 6.5 players going, then they've got a real chance, because you know that there's going to be players, someone's going to step in with the emotion of the crowd and do a great job. This Lithuanian team, I don't know where they go when they need something. It's like they think, it looks like they think that the system, their understanding, will get them a good shot. Most other teams at this level have something or someone to go to. I can't tell you what it is, apart from they'd like to go inside. But they're struggling to get it in there at the moment.
Well, it was Kuzminskis in game 1 for Lithuania in the 2-point loss that did catch fire in that second half, and he's going to start this half off the bench. On the bench to start the game. He's going to start in the second half for Lithuania. The story for Israel, the step-up play from Richard Howell. He has 14 points. Dawson played well, giving them some energy points as well. Ilyahu, Ohayon, and Caspi will round out the 5 for Israel on the floor. Can they carry this emotion throughout the rest of the game? That's the question that's going to be asked and answered here over the next 20 minutes. Both teams coming off of a loss in their first game. Israel losing to Italy, Lithuania losing to Georgia, and right away you see trying to get it inside to Valanciunas, who was on the bench with foul trouble in the first.
But like, it's just a simple lateral screen from block to block. They're freezing wide open. That's just far too easy. No Mikel to start the game, to start the half, which, I've always thought Ohayon is a very, very accomplished player, so I don't think they lose much in leadership and control, but Mikel has ways to score, and I don't know if Ohayon has those.
That's the 3rd foul on Howell. How does that affect his game going forward? He's been ultra aggressive so far. You don't want to pick up that 4th.
No, but you'd hope. There's no point taking him out. They can't play without him, I don't think.
Ohayon, this is Howell. Right to the rim again. Boy, he's oozing with confidence right now.
Absolutely. He's the only guy they've got who can really do it. That type of stuff. Break people down quickly. Hey, you just got to let him play and trust him to be smart when it comes to the foul side of things.
Jusevic, Kuzminskis inside, Valanciunas watched by Howell, stripped him. Howell comes away with it. Now looking for a guard. Finds Ohayon. And now looking to post up. Skip pass, Caspi open for 3. Left it short.
It's a poor pass, isn't it? Caspi's wide open. You give him a good pass there, his feet set to drill. He has to pick it up off his shoelaces. Just get the ball from A to B. You don't need to put any spice on it. Just get there and make the pass. And he was wide open. He was
would have had all the time in the world.
Naked in the corner.
Valanciunas. Stripped by Howell, and that's the 4th that he did not want to pick up.
Well, everything I said about you trust him to be smart. He got away with one when he went after it the last time, and then it's the full foul. That's a horrible decision by him to even go after it.
Caspi telling him just that right now as he leaves the game. And they'll have to bring in.
They could have switched Oheon onto Eliyahu onto him rather,
Right.
just to try and protect him, but that's too big an ask for Eliyahu.
So Manson, who didn't see any minutes in the first game, he's playing extended minutes now here. Had 6 in the first half. He jumps in to spell Howell, who's leaving the game with his 4th. Valanciunas in and out on the second. They come up with the offense scoring though. Mashutis.
It's a heartbreaker, isn't it? You're working that hard and then someone doesn't box out someone from the perimeter who just wanders in and gets it.
Eliyahu. So Manson left it short. And Kuzminskis pulls it down. Says slow it down, let's run some stuff here. Shulis. Oh, they were looking for Valanciunas. Manson picks up the foul, and the fouls are beginning to mount here for Israel. That's a 3rd team foul with 8 to go here. 8-13 charges to go here in the 3rd.
And this is going to sound very harsh on Zal Manson. He just didn't know how to guard him. He was leaning on him, trying just stay in stance and bump him with your body. Be in defensive stance. The referee will let you do that. Otherwise, Valanciunas is too strong for you anyway.
Kelninas off the Valanciunas screen. Kuzminskis in traffic, no good. Bodies clashing together. Kuzminskis comes away with it. Vucevic for 3, indeed.
First 3 of the night for Lithuania. Dangerous moments for Israel. They've got to get back to where they were. They've got to hang in here.
Oheon, the air ball. The Shulis picks it up. Kelninas. Kuzminskis for 3. In and out. And so Manson vacuums that in. Here's Oheon in front court. Caspi, good jab step. Baseline drive. Couldn't finish.
Took on 3 defenders on that drive. They went straight back down.
On a shot clock, it's Valanciunas inside, forcing his way in. Still has it, fresh 14. Kuzminskis thought about the 3. Now he'll look to work one-on-one on Eliyahu. That floater no good. Valanciunas still active, taps it to Kuzminskis, who puts it in. The active hands of Valanciunas causing problems for Israel, and the lead back up to 9. 48-39, Lithuania leads, 6:44 to go in the 3rd.
And that's exactly what we were talking about at halftime, about his ability to he's the only one they have that's active and can keep it alive. Samuelson has to just box him out further away. If he gets that close, he'll keep it alive. Again, though, how about Zal Manson to think? He's boxing out, he's trying to work hard. And then Kuzminskis, with no one on him, just gets inside, just gets to the glass. All 5 guys have to stay there and get it. All 5 guys, especially without Howell in the game. They really do have to box out as a group.
That's the Vucevic 3. See the Lithuanian bench feeling it a little bit here, and then this is the hard work inside by Valanciunas. Mikhail back into the game. He started the game for Israel and provided some good energy for them. Oheon just couldn't get it done, it seems, here to start the 3rd quarter.
Because Oheon has never been like a go-to scorer. Yet no pass the last time down, he was on the floor, throws a 3. That's not his game. You know when the emotion gets you just sometimes make the bad decision.
So Manson, Eliyahu tried to tip it back in, no good.
Well, Zal Manson is just, they're the shots you've got to make, because you saw everyone just step right off him. 15 second chance points for Lithuania.
Yeah.
And that's some of the time that's keep it alive by Valanciunas, all Valanciunas. No one knows better than the guy we just saw about offensive rebounding, so.
One of the greats. Here's Kuzminskis, nice look, Mashulis inside. Got his man to raise and then puts it in calmly. Well, the points are coming now for Lithuania. It's an 11-point game. Dawson, Zelmanson didn't hesitate this time, but he left it short. Kelnidis, Kuzminskis wanted the alley-oop. Dawson did a good job of getting back and cutting that off. Kuzminskis, Kelnidis, Valanciunas calls for it, the double comes. Nice look. Oh, they're rolling right now.
See, and this is where you get to the question of, you take Howe out to protect him, but by the time he comes back, the game's dead. You just tell him, don't you dare foul, but get rebound. Try and get me sank down the offensive end. While he's sitting there, he's just going to watch this game slip away.
Mikal for two. Indeed.
How did they need that? They really did need something to happen. That's the first positive stat for a long time on that Israeli side of the scoreboard. Simple again, put it on the floor, pull up, shoot the ball.
And an offensive foul now on the other end. I believe that's Mashulis who will pick it up. Here's the Mikal play. That's something Oheon wasn't providing them on the offensive end, and that Mikal can provide. Yahoo, Caspi, hesitating now with that three-point shot. Mikal being aggressive, probing, 8 to shoot. Ilyahu, nice drop step.
That's almost trademark Ilyahu. That's his game again, that crazy push shot. Means he gets it away quickly. They're just about hanging in here.
Valanciunas got hacked on the catch. Boy, he does a tough job of going up in the air and coming down with that ball. A little too much body on the defensive end. Here's the play by Ilyahu. It's a good job of keeping that pivot as well. Kevicius in the ball. He's the trigger man here on this inbound.
That's offensive, I think.
Oh, they call Yuskevicius.
Really?
Got knocked to the ground, and Mikal will draw the foul.
I was getting carried away with the emotion of the crowd there. I think the crowd were looking for the offensive foul.
It's easy to do that.
Coach Endelstein is... You know in his mind, do I risk Howe? Do I not risk Howe? Someone's got to step up. I'm not sure if they have enough firepower on the floor, and as Caspi all of a sudden rediscovers that rhythm. The three you mentioned the last time down the floor, that's exactly the play that if he's confident, he would just come, catch, and shoot it.
1 for 2 from the line for Yuskevicius. Mikal. Yahoo, Dawson, now Caspi. Caspi driving to the tin over Valanciunas. That's the Caspi from game 1.
Yep. If that's the play that gets him confident, then he's got 13 minutes to try and take his team home.
Valanciunas, this is where they want him to catch it, way out here. He'll still go to work. Finds Kuzminskis for 3. Indeed! Kuzminskis with 11. Mikal, floater, yes! The game's starting to pick up pace a little bit now.
Mikal's had the opportunity to do that for the last couple of times. I think he's very good in broken play. His size hurts him in the half court. He's got great touch. Back yourself. It's the only way you're going to win this game is by backing yourself.
Offensive foul on Kuzminskis. Kadar stepping in there and taking the charge. He's only in because of Hal's foul trouble. And still finds a way to contribute. As the crowd trying to lift the spirits of the home team. Mikel. Offensive foul. Oh, that's a tough one. There's a picture home you decide at home. It's Kevicius. Kuzminskis comes off the screen firing. Indeed! He's starting to feel it from three.
And that's that difference between him and Caspi on exactly the same type of play. Kuzminskis, 2 in a row, gets his feet set. Great screen though, he really used it so well. There's a lot of whistles at the moment. Almost every possession down this way, there's been a whistle, one way or other.
There's a lot of holding, clutching, and grabbing. As we see Kuzminskis setting the puppies and letting it fly. He caught fire in the second half of game 1. Now trying to do the same here. Caspi inside. Thought he got fouled. Play on. Ilnavis driving, tough shot.
Jeez.
A lot of contact there.
I just, remind again that this Ilnavis, he has so much confidence in himself. He's just a scorer, tremendous finish in transition. And again, Lithuania make the changes. They get real energy out of the bench. And Israel is sort of hanging in there, hanging on.
Mikel, that's a 3.
Looked a tired 3. Looked like the ball had put a few pounds of weight on.
Kevicius pulls it down. Here comes Lithuania with a chance to extend the lead. Goris, Kevicius inside. And that might be a sportsmanlike foul. No, it isn't.
Yeah,
it's a common foul.
Yeah, the only thing I think saves him is he was the right side of the ball. He theoretically is coming down on the ball. Hard foul. So he's across the ball as opposed to across the player.
Crowd wanted it. Kuzminskis starting to feel it. Gudaitis goes to the line for 2 free throws. Caspi will sit here, minute 39 remaining in the third quarter. He'll also have the quarter break to rest and be ready to go in the fourth. They may need him for extended minutes in that fourth period. Gudaitis is shooting free throws right into the end where the majority of the Lithuanian supporters are, and they are the ones actually making the most amount of noise while he's at the line. Mix them both. There's no such thing as quiet time at the free throw line when you're playing for the Green Machine. Late cheer throughout the entire game. Mikel down low gets fouled. That's just going to be 2 shots. I thought it might have been a goaltend.
I'm not sure about the option, going to your smallest guy in the post, but then he got fouled out with a really poor foul.
There it is on the replay.
It's
good block up top.
Yeah, they're riding a 25-10 quarter at the moment, Lithuania, and I'll make the, he's on 4 fouls, I know how, but while he sits there, the lead just grows. And if you say, what are you saving for? To reduce the margin? Because as good as Kadir has tried, he's not an offensive threat. And there's not a lot of offense on the floor for Israel at the moment.
Not a lot indeed. But there's been a ton for Lithuania, and another foul. The pace of this game has slowed down a ton due to the whistle, and it's been a free throw contest for the last couple minutes here. Ilnavis, the latest to go to the line for 2 throws. Kedar there, giving him the shoulder barge. You saw at the bottom of your screen.
I think Edgaras Uvanovas is one that's been the most positive, I think, addition, impacts on this Lithuanian team. Off the bench, in both games, he has given them real points production, real energy down the floor, and he just plays with a confidence. You know, as this tournament develops, they're going to have to decide what their best lineup is, and he would be a real contributor to that.
Another defensive stop by Lithuania as Kuzminskis comes away with the loose ball. Minute to go here in the third. Lithuania trying to get their first win of Group B, keep pace with the group leaders, Germany and Italy, who are 2-0 so far. Spinning every which way, and then another foul. Kedar, that's going to be his fourth. He hasn't played much, but he's made an impact being felt out there.
Well, 4 fouls, 4 minutes.
He's getting his bang for his buck, I guess.
While Richard House sits, the game's just going to keep getting away. It's 16 points now, and it'll continue to grow.
It's up to 17 now.
If you remember back to that run they got going in the early in the second quarter, this is pretty much the lineup that did it then, which is a younger, slightly quicker lineup. So they match the Israelis with foot speed and still have some size and still have a lot of offensive potential.
Heaney passes inside. It's been that kind of night for that man. He's been able to pick up fouls, just hasn't been able to score. They can take this down for the final possession here and leave Israel with about 4 seconds left on the clock, and they may have more than that because Timor comes up with a foul. Gudaitis will go to the line for 2 free throws. See Valanciunas looking on. He provided the energy to start this third quarter with his rebounding on the offensive end.
Absolutely. Him coming back into the game, all that energy coming from the end of the first half, he just took it all away from the crowd because on missed shots he was keeping it alive. First play, he draws a foul. He's
Penny
just
for that man's thoughts right there.
And how crazy was his third foul and how stupid was his fourth.
Gudaitis at the line, knocks them both down. He has 11 off the pine for Lithuania.
And now Lithuania go even smaller, which means at the moment Kuzminskis is their 5.
And they can afford to do this because Israel's quite small right now. They have no fouls to give. Mikal drives. He'll go to the line for 2. This is as quiet as the gym has been since the start of the game. The crowd has been sitting on their hands for quite some time, just waiting for something to erupt about.
Well, Israel's points have gone down every quarter, which is never a great sign, because momentum just goes against you. Whereas now Lithuania have just poured in 30 in this quarter, and they've made some perimeter shots, which they were always going to make some, but they have just ran as well, and they really have. Since Hal's left the game, there's been nothing to really challenge them at the defensive end.
Kevicius, that will count if it goes, and it does. His range is long. That 3 counts at the buzzer. 71-51, and the green machine is rolling here in Israel. Look at that. Wow. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Timeout here in Tel Aviv, Israel Arena. It is 78-58. You see the big stat there, 49-2 bench scoring for Lithuania. Wow.
We said that was going to be an issue. The only 2 points from the bench was the Zalmason mid-range jump shot. And it was always going to be the problem. And as soon as Hal had to sit down, that just took away too much.
Some pictures here, Kuzminskis with the finish early on in the fourth quarter, and they seem to be pouring it on now. This is the Lithuanian team that people expected to see in this Group B. It's finally arrived.
And it's interesting in these tournaments, isn't it, that you don't know which of the guys are going to, get in it. And we mentioned just a little while ago that, okay, Kuzminskis is a starter, but at the moment, the guys who have broken this game open aren't the starters. And in particular, Ulan Obas has had a tremendous impact. He's a big-time guy.
Caspi knocks down a 3. 15 points in this game, but not quite the impact that he would expect the 15 points from Caspi to have so far. Been few and far in between. They want to give it to Valanciunas. Hal trying to work with his 4 fouls. Did a good job there of defending. Caspi. Hal spinning inside. Puts a fork in it and gets it to go.
See, and that's why you go back to that point of, I know it was crazy to pick up the 4th foul, but like while he's sitting there, no one else can do that. So, okay, maybe he'd have fouled out, maybe not, but now he's back and they're 15 down with 6 to go. It's a hell of a hole to try and dig yourself out of.
This is the free throw, needed that. He has 20 on the night. He's stuck on that number for the time being. 6 to go. Can Israel dig themselves out of this hole? They're gonna have to start with stops on this end. Valanciunas wants to attack Hal, who has the 4 fouls. P&E gets called for the foul, and they'll send Valanciunas to the line.
And all Richard Howell had to do was that instead of picking up the 4th foul. When he picked up his 4th foul, he slapped right there. He could have played the whole game if he'd have just played like and relied on people like Panini to step in, and they can go for the steal, because, hey, they can waste their 5 fouls. Howell can't.
Especially as well as he was playing. He was the only offense at some points of the game for Israel. Now Valanciunas steps to the line with the crowd trying to shake his confidence a bit. First free throw was good. A 17-point game. Valanciunas now with 10 points, 9 rebounds.
Just a normal day at the office for Jonas.
Caspi off the curl. Valanciunas did a good job of showing it. Now tries to chase Caspi on the perimeter. Mikel driving inside. Finds Caspi. Caspi. They say it is before the shot.
Yeah.
No basket.
There's the foul, and there's the foul, and he still takes a dribble, so it'd have been very unfortunate for Lithuania, but they've... Is there a technical foul called here?
I believe so.
Yeah, on Coach Adamitis.
Wow. So Mikel steps to the line and knocks down the tech free throw.
I didn't see anything particular, no. Hey, there's still a long time left in the game. It's just 16 points. They're going to get a run, but a 16-point run is a tough ask.
But it's doable in front of this crowd.
Yeah.
Not a seat available in the arena. Caspi. Mikel. Back to Caspi with 10 to shoot. Skip pass. Panini for 3. Boy, the crowd just wants to erupt. They're just waiting for something to get them going again. Kelnidis uses the Valanciunas screen. Stolen away. Panini on the runway. Lays it in. Lithuania calls for time. 14-point game. Don't go anywhere just yet. 4:47 remaining in the game.
Yeah, those turnover numbers for Lithuania are beginning to become a bit of a regular issue. They turn the ball over a lot. In the opening game, they're up to 14 already in this game, 13 already in this game. And so with that's going to become a worry for them. And it still shows that little Achilles heel they have around the perimeter spots. And you know, he's not going to be impressed with himself because he said it in the press conference. Kelnidis picks up another turnover. You know, he prides himself on taking care of the ball. Lithuanians know the value of the basketball. They treat it like gold. So those turnovers are not going to sit well in that huddle.
Oh, no, it won't. And you mentioned it right off the top from game one, match day one with this team when they were playing Georgia. Maybe they don't have the depth in the backcourt, and that's probably now showing up in the turnover market.
Yeah.
So Richard Howell on 20 points right now, has great percentages from the field, maybe not so much from the free throw line, but the 4 fouls is the big story, the reason why that gap got as big as it did. It's down to 14, manageable for Israel. Can they finally put on a run to get the crowd back engaged? They have 4 minutes and 45 seconds to figure it out.
Just about enough time, but they need to stop right now at the timeout.
Caspi reaching for it. Picks up the foul. It was almost like he was daring the ref to blow the whistle there.
And it's almost like they need to be aggressive, but they don't need to just jump into the team foul situation. They've only got 1 foul to give. Obviously, Lithuania are going to try and kill the game and manage time.
Kelnidis. Valanciunas with 5 to shoot. A foul underneath by Panini.
See now, and that's when the Caspi foul really hurts you. There it's another 14-second reset, and you're into the penalty, and there's still 4 minutes to go. And play defense. It was under 10. Make them make a shot. There's still plenty of time. If you can get a stop, run, and score, you're getting it in single digits. You're back in it.
Kelnidis on the shot clock, 10 to shoot. That's a 3, too strong. Howell pulls it down, then they're looking to run. Caspi in front of everybody, hit, can't get it to go. Mashulis pulls it down. That's some of those baskets you have to start making. They're adding up to miss easy buckets inside. And then Valanciunas smiling about that one. He got fouled by Timor, and he'll go to the line out for 2 free throws, and they're in the bonus with 4 minutes left.
They're in the bonus because of those quick 2 fouls. And then on the drive, if Caspi's going to go, he's got to go through that contact. He can't try and be pretty with it. Just take Kelnidis with you, because he did everything right, Kelnidis. Enough to put him off without fouling him. But go through that contact, make the referee make the call, and just power it up there. Little reverse with a right hand at this moment is not the play.
He shot 50% in game 1. Much better right now at 78% in this game. That will bring the percentage down a little bit. Well, about 8,000 referees made that call. And the call was reversed. Israel ball.
You know, it's quick hit time, and they've got a team that can go quick hits. And Caspi and Machulis, get it and go at him. Try and get something quick. You haven't got no time to run half court here.
Mikel trying to break down off the bounce. Finds Howell, who tripped over his own 2. Mashulis the other way. Navas. This will hurt. It does.
He's having a huge tournament for this Lithuanian team already. .66. Lithuania looking to put the clamps down now.
Caspi misses another layup. Mashulis was chasing him off there. And Kelnidis slowing things down. They want to use the clock as much as they can. Kelnidis, Mashulis, Yilnavas for three again. Missed that time, and here comes Mikel. Howell sprinting up the court, asking for it. They give it to him. Quickly dives to the inside. That fell off of his knee and goes out of bounds.
Earlier in the game when we talked about him catching it and then just going in that situation. There he caught it and waited, and as soon as he waited, he puts it on the floor. Machula steps down, there's traffic. Get it and go. And this whole thing should have been a get it and go situation for Israel. I mean, Caspi, you got to feel for him because he struggled in the second half last night. He's gone 4 for 12 tonight. He's probably putting so much pressure on himself. 4 for 12 from the floor, 4 from 9 from the free throw line. When you're dealing with margins, you can't have your superstar with those numbers, and he's probably feeling that right now.
Offensive rebounds, a big plus for Lithuania in this game. 13-4, you see it there. They're getting away with the turnovers because they're getting those second chance opportunities.
Absolutely. And that's all. And that's Valanciunas, not necessarily with the actual rebound, but keeping it alive. I mean, he has a double-double. He has 4 offensive rebounds. I think he's responsible for at least another 4 for the team.
You see Yilnavas knocking down the trifecta. And the Lithuanian supporters up in arms. Israel, we feel for you there. Smiles all over the bench of the Green Machine. Some tense moments for those faces right there, as looming ahead on match day 3 is a date with the red-hot Germans, who have won 2 in a row to start this Group B group phase. Still 2 minutes to go here, as Yilnavas still putting in work on the low block.
But you gotta love him. He's very, very aggressive. He's got a lot in his locker in terms of offensive options. And he really has been a big, big plus for Lithuania so far.
Mikel got pushed on the way up. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. There's Yilnavas going to work again. As you said, he has a lot of work, a lot of moves down there.
He has ways to hurt you. He can shoot the 3. He's not the purest shooter. His form is not the purest of shots, but he's not afraid to take it when he's open, and he doesn't take many bad ones, and he's a great finisher around the ring.
And being a lefty, that's always awkward for most people to guard if you're not used to it. We saw pictures of Oheon, who's getting set to check back in for Mikel. Mikel has 18 today. They needed some offensive punch from the point guard position. They got it from Mikel, but just not enough from anywhere else. He leads the game and got a nice hand from the crowd.
It's one of those things where 4 guys, Eliyahu's only has 9, but he has 9, the other 3 have double digits. They've not done it on great numbers in terms of percentages in Caspi's case. So the guys who are supposed to show up, they've shown up. They have been physically dominated in this second half.
Zalmanson drops it for Timor. Benini picks it up off the ground and just rolled to him. 5 to shoot for Israel. Timor finds Oheon, now squished against the glass, but it's a goaltend.
Well, last night when it got to this stage, the crowd was leaving. There's some that have gone. There's no mass exodus because they've seen a much, much better performance by Israel.
Well, they've hit shots in this game that they weren't hitting in game 1. They'll be right back here tomorrow night when they host Germany. Travel underneath. Good defense there by Israel. It's all about closing the game out strong now if you're Israel. It's a 16-point spread, but You do want to close the game out strong and probably get some momentum as you head into game 3 in a match day 3.
Yep. You cannot take a negative into the next day in tournament basketball.
Another steal, another turnover. How about Kruditis skipping his way to the basket, getting fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
And that's why this is an impressive performance in the end by Lithuania, because they would have been on a down after losing the first game, but they know what tournament basketball is about. That game may have no effect on where they finish in this group, depending on how the results go. What was important was how they showed up tonight. And okay, some changes in the starting lineup. Monteunas started, hasn't played a lot second half at all. And he's got contributions across the roster again. And they just had too much of everything for Israel.
Too much Valanciunas as well. He has a double-double.
Oh.
11 points, 10 rebounds. Kruditis coming off the bench, providing 17 points if this free throw goes. He stays on 16. But the offensive rebounding was the story of the game. They just could not keep the Green Machine off the glass.
And with all that great start in the third, in the halftime, and Hal doing so well, that foul situation for Hal basically just, in hindsight, that's the game. The game was there and then on the fourth foul.
Timor with the 3. That's his first 3 of the game. First 3 of the tournament. The Lithuanian supporters now sense victory, so they're making some noise in enemy territory. Travel there called. Much needed win for Lithuania as we take a look at that last 3 by Timor. And they face Italy tomorrow, which will be the marquee game of tomorrow's action on match day 3. Offensive rebound put back no good. And that might be it. Iskevicius won't take a shot at the rim. The crowd rises to show the support of both teams. The effort from Israel was noticed, but the class from Lithuania was shown. 88-73. Lithuania victorious today.
Well, we're going to get a look at the stats in a moment, and the stats are not going to really tell you the whole story of that game, because we said towards the end there, the Hal fourth foul, the Hal third and fourth fouls just really made it one player too less, if that's the right phrase, for Israel. They're on the margins, and Hal was having a great game. He really was making this a real possibility for Israel. But they gave up 64% of the shots on the inside, and a lot of that was second half, and a lot of that was when Hal was out of the game. Absolute dominance on the glass. And again, Hal's out of the game. No one else can really do a great job. 23 assists. Wow. You're going to love that as a coach. And it's, they're still going to worry about the 16 turnovers. They're going to mention that in the press conference. Whoever comes to the press conference with